So from the few scripted videos that we've done so far on the channel, it's no secret that I'm very intrigued with games made by Pangea Software. I see gameplay videos and rips of the OST on YouTube all the time, and I always see comments from people saying how much they enjoyed these games and how big of a part it was for their childhood. And I'm no different really, I mean you can tell from the videos I put out. Yet, despite this, I still haven't seen anyone on YouTube really try to go through the entire back catalog of Pangea Software games and really show off what they have to offer. Until now, I guess. I don't know, this is the hill I decided to die on. And the worst part is, I don't even like Mac computers, so I don't know why I decided to take this up, but here we are. So, after immediately exhausting all the games already remastered for modern computers, I had to start finding my own ways of getting these games running. Mainly, me and my wife tried to get virtual machines running on our dinosaur of a computer. It's going... well? So until we can get a VM up and running, I had to find something else I could make a video out of. Frantically, I looked around to see if there was something, anything I could do that was Pangea Soft related and also supported on PC so I could use it. And that's when it hit me. Bugdom 2 was ported to Windows. I had this shit as a kid, how did I forget? As a child, I actually had this game on PC, and later I had it on iPhone in high school. If I remember right, I originally got it as a present for Easter, which was weird since Easter was never really a gift-giving holiday, I thought. Now all we're gifted is fucking water eggs, goddamn! I am so glad Bunny Day is over. So to be honest, I don't really know what happened to that original copy of the game I had as a kid. I never actually really played much of it on PC or iOS, which is surprising since it was the sequel to one of my childhood favorites. Thinking more about it now, I think that might have been because I played this game at home rather than at school. As a kid, Pangea Software games were pretty much the best we could play while at school still. It was either that or Flash games. But when I was at home, Bugdom 2 was competing with my GameCube, and as much as I love Bugdom, it's no Sonic Adventure 2, let's be honest. The more I try to reminisce about this game, the more I also realized I don't remember much about this game at all. So I went to Amazon and bought a copy, and eventually... I told you it hit me. So, this is Bugdom 2. I have several questions already. Why is everything so ugly? The main thing I sing the praise of for the first game is its charm. I mean, look at this round dude. Mwah! Character design perfection. And looking at all the bugs throughout the game, they all stick with this rounded cutesy art style. This just looks disgusting. Why does the main character look like he's the heavyweight champion of drug addiction?
¿Quieres?
You must think you look so cool with your jacket and hat, as if that even looks good! Wait a minute. And what's with this up here? The world of Bugdom has a new hero?
How dare you stand where he stood?
Alright. Enough preconceived judgments. From here on out, let's keep an open mind. So like the first game, Bugdom 2 has an opening cinematic, showing the deep and complex events that kick off our journey. Look at this dude. So that's the plot. According to the back of the game case, you play as Skip the Grasshopper, who had his knapsack stolen by Bully B while traveling home from visiting his family. I mean, I feel that. What else would you do when you get your knapsack stolen? So with the story out of the way, let's move on to the main menu. After all these years, I feel like I've finally come home! This song! My god, this song is gorgeous! This is exactly what I would think the main theme of a Bugdom sequel would sound like. And the aesthetic of it all! While it's kinda lame they don't have a fun gimmick like the spider crawling over to whatever option you select, but the design still holds water. It has all the options displayed over a big flower, with grass in the background, and different characters from the game walk around the background. It's pretty cute. Until that guy showed up, who the hell are you? Who invited you here? What's got you stomping around like that? You look like a pissed off Animal Crossing villager.
Let's just start this game already so I can hopefully never see this guy again. Alright, the front yard. It's a nice touch they named the levels this time. It gives them a little more identity than just Level 1! Level 2! Level 3! Also, I gotta say, for a semi-first impression, it looks really nice for its time. About what I'd expect from a Bugdom sequel, at least. The music here isn't bad either. Although the way it starts out, it makes me feel like I'm falling deep into insanity. The UI is a lot cleaner in general.
It's beautiful!
Everything's now laid out on these leaves here, and the health and special meters are a line of their own perspective berry, instead of a generic bar like the first game. This is the real good shit right here! I'm a sucker for when health bars are clever and unique, so this is awesome. You know, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on the game. It does have some style. Maybe the game just had bad box art or something. Nope, I was wrong. This game still has ugly all up in it.
What the hell is that thing? Sally the Chipmunk? No. No. It's been years since the Archie comics ended. I thought we were finally free from this shit.
Well, hello, Skip. I'll give you a map if you'll bring me an acorn.
Do I have to? That's a good time to bring up these acorns. They're like the nuts from the first game. You can kick them open for a clover, and sometimes they'll hold a blue or even golden clover like in the last game. You're also able to carry them now, and you have to do that to trade with this freak over here. At least the map you get is neat looking. There's also these butterflies all over the place that you make violently explode when you touch them, but they can give you other power-ups like berries, extra lives, and buddy bugs.
Hi, Skip. I'm Sam the Snail, and I seem to have lost my shell. If you can find it for me, I'll give you the key to the gate.
Hi, Sam. So, just because you lost your shell, you're gonna hold me hostage here? You seem like a real prick, Sam. Alright, so we give him his shell and we get our key to move on.
Howdy, Skip. I'll trade you this checkpoint for an acorn.
No thanks, I'm good! I have a feeling these guys are gonna constantly keep showing up.
Checkpoint!
You may be the ugliest thing here, but at least your checkpoint is adorable. Ah, there it is. The absolute unit itself. I gotta say, Pangeasoft, you guys can make some seriously cursed shit sometimes. Yeah, they aren't actually that threatening. I did have one sneak up on me while I was checking my phone, though.
I'm not a gnome. I'm not a gnoblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed.
Skip, this critter looks stuck. See if you can lift the bar by pressing your pickup button.
Sally, please. I will literally give you this acorn if we can just walk away and both pretend we never saw this thing. To be serious though, these are your equivalent for the ladybugs from the first game. Sam is also literally barring our progress until we save at least 4 of them from the first area here. So I guess this makes me Skip, Savior of the Ugly!
So let's just recap everything going on here real quick. So in Bugdom 1, you're the lone survivor fighting back against the evil ant kingdom, freeing all the innocent ladybugs they've captured along the way. In Bugdom 2, some asshole stole your backpack, so you go on a killing spree. But hey, at least you're saving some ugly mice along the way, so, you know, our morals check out. We're a good person still.
By and large, this is literally what the game has to offer. Explore an open area, do some menial tasks for Sam for a key, like going bowling with a marble or fixing a scarecrow, and then you move on to the next area. Admittedly, not a very compelling story to keep the player interested. At least the world itself is just as vibrant and creative as the first game, though. Level 2 is the backyard, and it has a few neat segments where you balance on a baseball, either to avoid a snake for like 30 seconds, or to squash some berries because your Supreme Commander Sam the Snail commands it, apparently. At the end of level 2, Sam tells us we need to get into the house. To do that, we have to go down this sewer pipe here, but he'll only let us use it if we get all the fleas and ticks off this dog. Alright, usually you're an asshole, but this seems fair enough. I'm always down to help a good pupper out. And again with the cursed shit! I really hope this isn't actually what any dog's skin looks like up close. If this is anything close to what your dog looks like, take them to a vet immediately! I guess when you're our size, the only way to deal with fleas and ticks would be to kick the shit out of them. But I feel like a flea bath would have been much more efficient.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
Also, does anyone find it weird that Skip just goes along with all of this without a second thought? Like, maybe he's just unhinged and waiting for an excuse to murder shit? Makes sense with his current track record. Going from one gross level to the next, the sewer! Ah, yes. I've played a Sonic before. This is literally Sonic in more ways than one, not only with the half-pipe design, but also because of dodging all the shit and barely clinging on to life as we speak. But real talk, I'm the master of this kind of shit. No pun intended. With all the training I've had over the years of playing Sonic, this is nothing compared to that. I get shit being in the sewer, but nails? Who's the idiot that did this? Are they asking for water damage? Anyway, level 5, the Playroom. It reminds me a lot of Sarge's Heroes, mostly because of these cute little army men who throw grenades at you. There's also Automatic as a wind-up toy. Automatic was another Pangea Soft game, but I've never played it. Yet. Also, on one of my playthroughs, these fleas forgot how to attack me and they started following me around, and now I have 2 dogs and I love them. Just look how excited they are. Okay, babies, stay here. Daddy's gonna go find the other puzzle pieces for my landlord, Sam. But I'll be back in a second, don't worry. Sam, you're in charge of the dogs while I'm gone. I've spent the whole game doing shit for you. Can you just do me this one favor, please? Alright, boys, I'm back and I found another puzzle piece. Guys? Guys? Sam, what the fuck? I told you to watch the dogs! You literally had one job! You know what? Fuck you, Sam! I'm not doing this shit for you anymore! I'm gonna push this block the whole fucking way down this hallway and jump over the gate myself! Fuck you, Sam! Rest in peace, babies. Daddy's gonna miss ya! Anyway, now we find ourselves in the closet. I really like the map you get in this level. It's actually drawn out on a sheet of paper. It's super cute. What's not cute are the big-ass vacuum cleaners here. Now I completely understand why dogs fear these things.
Now that's a lot of damage!
What is cute again, though, is the cockroaches who throw needles at you like spears. They kind of remind me of the ants from the first game with their spears. This guy right here, this is the exact kind of stuff I wanted to see from a Bugdom sequel. I love these guys! There's also a part where Sam makes you fly around to get a bunch of red clovers, which, first off, I just think it's neat that there's red clovers in this series now also, but second off, this is the only time you're forced to fly this long throughout the game, which, that's interesting. We escaped the house, and now we're in the gutter, I guess. It's another slide level like the sewer, but it's even more like Sonic now since it's a literal half-pipe. Watch your ass though, you can actually fall out of this one. You dodge pine cones and leaves, which isn't as fun since you're dodging only metaphorical shit instead of literal shit, but it's whatever. Also, who the hell set up this gutter? It literally snakes around and through the trees. Who lives in a house like this? How effective are any of your appliances? Aside from the vacuum cleaners, I can see that they have no problem running eternally on their own. Alright, level 8, the garbage can. Back to the gross levels. For what it's worth, Sam does make you do a good deed again here. He has you free the mice from the traps before the water from the gutter floods them. Good on you, Sam. Where was this goodwill when you were watching my dogs? Honestly, I bet he just has use of those mice still before he casts them aside as well. So it is kind of gross going through a level made entirely of garbage, but you can't say they weren't creative with the level themes this time around.
I think your best way out of here is to fly this plane, but it's missing some parts. I bet if you put the propeller and wheels back on, it'll fly.
You know what? That's actually a decent idea coming from you for once, Sam. Alright, let's do it! So we get all the pieces back on the plane, and it starts on its own for some reason. Level 9, Flight of the Grasshopper.
If you can destroy all the anthills, I'll tell you which way Bully Bee went. To destroy an anthill, drop a bomb down the hole.
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that? What the hell? Where the fuck did this come from, Sam? The whole game I thought you seemed kinda sketch, but asking me to carpet bomb entire anthills just for some intel? Like, I get it, the ants were the bad guys in the first game, but that was just one kingdom of ants. This is like several kingdoms I've already bombed. Just imagine the innocent lives lost. Their cries. Their screams. I'm lucky I got an exoskeleton. Not even war crimes can get under my skin.
War. War never changes.
And once again, Skip doesn't question a goddamn thing! This is literally the only way to progress in the game. There's not much to say about this level, it's pretty simple. Just shoot the dragonflies coming at you and spam the bomb button whenever you're near an anthill. Also, stay away from these frogs. We hear that the Bully Bee was headed towards the park. Oh, it is a nice day for a walk, isn't it? So we follow him there, and this whole time, I'm expecting some epic final level like the anthill from the first game. This just looks like level 3.
Aloha, Skip. Help the fisherman catch some fish by jumping on his fishing bobbers. If you can catch 4 fish, I'll give you a key.
You're not even gonna acknowledge the sins you made me commit, are you? Also, these fish look like they're koi. Should the fisherman even be fishing in this pond? You have these bastards in your pocket, don't you, Sam? After doing Sam's dirty work, ending more innocent lives, we make our way to a picnic where ants are all running around with the food. Look at these dudes! Absolutely superb!
Those pesky ants have stolen all the food. I'll give you a key if you'll bring back 6 pieces of food for me. Just drop them anywhere on the picnic basket.
Okay, first, again with the racism towards ants! What's your deal with them, you asshole? Secondly, how dare you think I'll bring you food as if I was some kind of personal servant? I mean, I will since it's the only way to progress, but still, fuck you!
Keep bringing me food, Skip.
You ungrateful little piece of shit gastropod! I will pour salt straight down your eye stalk! Finally, at long last, we made it to the beehive. And one last time, Sam has some words of, advice for us.
Skip, Bully Bee took your bag inside the beehive. The only way I know to make the bees go away is to smoke them out.
Way ahead of you, bro.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
This doesn't feel right doing this. I mean, I know he stole my knapsack, but putting a fire beneath his house seems a little extreme. But this is also the guy who told me to turn an entire backyard into a crater, which apparently I did with no questions. So this doesn't surprise me. And as I expected, it caused a bunch of problems for the whole hive of bees. I do feel kinda bad. Oh well, that's in the past. Now it's time to get in that beehive and teach Bully Bee a lesson once and for all! That's it? He just picks up his knapsack and dances? No boss fight? No cutscene to tie it all together? Just dancing? All the bloodshed we've caused. Even Bully Bee, yeah, theft is wrong, but having your entire family smoked out of your house is way too extreme.
Murdering thousands of butterflies for his own sustenance? Beating down everyone in his path? Destroying entire nations just because someone told you to? What if Sam wasn't the only villain in this game? What if we're the bad guys? So Bugdom 2 is kind of a mess, but in the best way possible. Its mechanics are pretty sound, but underutilized. The character designs are all over the place, and the ending is non-existent from a game and narrative perspective. And God forbid you try to play this game with a keyboard. They have the Alt key set as the kick button. The Alt key also ends up freezing the game momentarily until you press the Alt key a second time, so it makes kicking a nightmare with the keyboard. Luckily, the game does have controller support though, so you can dodge that bullet pretty easily. I also feel like your friends who follow you throughout the game are pretty unnecessary. While I do think trading acorns with Sally is at least an interesting enough mechanic, every time she shows up with something to trade, there's an acorn right next to her, so it pretty much just takes all the work right out of it. The voice acting also took away from the experience, in my opinion.
Thank you,
Keep
Skip.
bringing me
Here you
food, Skip.
go.
Hi, Skip.
Checkpoint.
I'm Sam the
This critter
Snail.
looks stuck. See if
Yet, despite all that, I had a blast playing this game. The soundtrack is everything I thought a Bugdom sequel soundtrack would be, and a lot of the tracks tie back together with a leitmotif of the main theme throughout them. And my god, I live for this shit!
It cannot be understated the creativity and heart the worlds themselves have. They could have easily had all the levels be in an outdoor environment like the first game, but more than half of the levels in this game are brand new ideas, even compared to one another. And while it's easy to make fun of how gross the dog's skin looks, or how stupid you look smacking face first into a giant pile of shit, it's still unapologetic about its personality, and that's the best way I can put this game. Unapologetically itself. It can be ugly, and it sure sticks out like a sore thumb compared to its more successful older brother, but it's not afraid to show what it thought Bugdom could be. Today, the game is still being sold on the App Store for Apple devices, so if you use those, there's an easy way for you to try this game out. For the rest of us Android and PC users though, you may have to take my route of buying a copy online. Luckily, it doesn't go for much on Amazon, so you won't break the bank if you go that route. But also, don't at me if the prices change in the future though.
So, all in all, I'd recommend any Pangea software fan try this game out if they haven't already. And while it didn't triumph over its predecessor in sales, gameplay, or legacy, it shines in its own twisted, ugly way just as fine. And if you ask me, that's all I ever wanted it to be. Its own new take on Bugdom. Well, that's exactly what Sam and Skip want me to say, but I refuse! That man killed thousands, and he only danced when his mission was complete! That man is a psychopath! He can't be trusted!